This actually reminds me of an article I saw for Huffington Post, and the article had a poll, and the poll asked, "Who is the most racist in this country?" And when I saw the results, I was not surprised, and I'm not the type of person that goes, "Oh, I'm not surprised about this. I'm not surprised about that." Like I'm a know-it-all or something like that. I don't know it all, but when I saw the results, I'm like, that is not surprising. The results said that black people are actually the most racist in this country. And I was like, that is the biggest bull crap you have. Like I know it's bull crap, but guess what? This is the reason why I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised because white people are the majority in this country. So who is going to be the majority making up the polls? White people. So of course they're going to be like, black people are the most racist because it's normal to scapegoat on the race that's suffering the most. I mean, like, if you look at history, black people have been suffering for like centuries to this very day. Institutionalized racism with jobs and housing and loans. Like they did a poll, not a poll, but a, a statistic saying that black people are having just a hard time getting a house loan as we did in the 1950s. It's ridiculous, and they say that the black race is actually getting worse because of who? Who is making themselves better? It's the people that's running this country. It's the people that's running this country, and I when I saw that poll, I'm like, this poll is not surprising because like this is what white people has been doing to blacks for like a very 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 long time. Scapegoating. And then when I read the comments, I read was it I've been jumped by black people. These are the top comments. I've been jumped by black people multiple times. Yeah, that's the top comments. And all the rest of the comments are like, yeah, they're racist, they're racist, they're racist. It's like for black people, racism isn't just, oh, a person said something to you and then it just hurts your feelings. That's not just racism to black people. Racism to black people is housing loans that like being denied for that. Houses, being denied a house, jobs and all that, things that are important to us, things that affect our lives. And as I said, black people are doing the poorest in this country, and we are continually getting worse. The whole entire race. They did another a projection, and they're like, okay, so 7 out of 10 black people in the middle class are going to drop down to the underclass. We're going to be poor. I don't like that's a huge number. Even if that projection is wrong, let's just say it's actually 6 out of 10 or 5 out of 10. That's still a lot of goddamn people. That's still a lot of goddamn people. And so, who is actually the most racist in this country? The most racist in this country are the people that actually have the power to be racist. Are the people that actually have the power to drop a whole entire race down, down into poverty, down into crime. That is racism. If these mofos were actually racist, if black no, if these mofos were actually being like the victims of racism, if they were actually the victims of racism, you would see that in every single category in this country that they are the victims in racism. You would see it. The poverty would hit them. You would see all of it. The education, the lack of education, but they don't have that. Black people do. So this is why like I made this video. I'm going to have to go now, but I just had to say this because it's really ridiculous. Black people don't have the power to be racist. We don't really have the power. It's talking about some black people are the most racist in this country. It's like, of course they're gonna say that. It's kidding me.